What are the plans for her this summer? Uh-huh.
I was thinking of bringing her out to intro level, but I think she actually just go on training.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe maybe 3 or 4 shows, and then back to training.
Okay.
That might be
Go ahead and change direction and walk once around to the right, please. And just all I look at here is making sure that she's taking the same size step both directions with both hind legs, that we don't have an inconsistency in one direction versus the other. They're always going to have one side that's a little stiff and one side that's a little hollow, but I just like to get a chance to look at them walking in both directions. You look for little things like, are they more inclined to have their pull low in one direction as opposed to the other? What the tempo does, if she's able to keep an equal tempo all the way around the circle, both directions. To the right, she keeps slowing down a little bit. Do you feel that? So you've got to keep motivating her. I would say the right looks like her stiff side, and the slowing down, it can be a product of that stiffness.
Mm-hmm.
So you just notice it and go, oh, let's not slow down. That's a girl. So that she keeps stepping a little more actively through her right side. Good. And you don't do that by shoving your seat. Let your seat stay quiet, but you can go in there with a quick right leg, a quick kick. Yes, like that. Yep, quick kick again. Yep. Good. Her saddle wasn't running right down on the wrist. When she told me that Graham had just fixed it a couple weeks ago, and I told her that I've run into that not just with Graham, but with many saddle makers who fix the saddle without having a ride in it, and how important it is to really sit and look after they do. They just do that. It's like they think they can see everything and fix it, and it feels like it should be fine. And then when she starts walking and you put your hand under there, her wither is just hitting right against the base of the saddle. So I can understand why he wouldn't have seen it, and but so we went and stole a some kind of stuff. I
have like a
so, well, I just took a black one and put it up, so, and pointed out to her that it wasn't wide enough behind, but I'd rather have her really protected, so we can do something better than that. It'd be great. Yeah. Okay, Stacy, so then go ahead to the trot rising. But it makes me wonder if that hasn't been what's catching what you said, that sometimes she gets more hitch and getting on. So, well, this is our first time trotting, so you guys will have to tell me.
That's what she does. She just does.
Yeah. And it sure would make sense if her withers had been hitting the saddle, that she would go, So is that what she does, Stacy?
Yeah. Emily, well, yeah, I would remind her.
Can you get
So
that?
if I add extra inside ring, sometimes she'll often just feel like her trying to tie away. And then I catch it and push it back.
And go straight up the long side. And then change rain across the diagonal. And circle 20 meters down here. And then just go straight down the long side. And then circle 20 down here. So even going left, she keeps herself held a little bit to the right. Can you feel that? So could you come to the walk again? And let's, I want to try this with the shin pad instead. Yeah, we're gonna come to the walk and we're gonna switch out again. I'm sorry to take your time, but I'm really not happy with how that's balanced on her. And she's clearly not happy. riding more than just thick.
Tomorrow.
Like that one kind of thick. So I love that.
Yes.
Good. But this one comes around.
Gonna have to have a conversation with Graham.
I'd send it to him, like make him pay for the shipping.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
It's fun. It's been going for like 3 weeks. They like quit smoking and then all of a sudden the little wind will kick up and I'll start smoking. And then you never see flames of smoke.
What is it? Milk or leaves or?
No, it's just a big pile of branches. They keep blowing out the trees and so we keep putting them on there.
Hi, Matt. How
Hi,
are
Sarah.
you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So yeah, it's funny, but I even went and flipped it over with the tractor, thinking it would quit. There was no smoke for like 2 days. Now so this starts. It's really hot in there, I guess.
I guess so.
I don't see how you can fix it without the hooks.
Well, he'll pay for the shipping. He'll just send the horse and the saddle. Well, Stacy's on sabbatical. Maybe she can take a trip to California.
There you go. Better than Florida. What I would do is I'd shoot him an email and let him know that that it's not fixed, and that he owes you a fixing. That you assume he will address it. And
I'm sure he
you
will.
see him at no charge.
But it'll be next year.
He generally,
he does come in the
yeah,
fall.
comes
Yeah.
in the summer or the fall.
It's like August or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the other thing. Go ahead and start by going to the left. I like how she just rounded her neck and kind of tested that out. That was good. Okay. So now, as you're working to the left, I want you to really focus on positioning her left. Okay. So left leg, left rein. Get in there a little bit and position her to the left. In other words, she needs to look left. Yep. Get your left seat bone forward and down, put your left leg on, and really press her body away from your left leg over into your right side. You got to take a little bit more of a feeling of the left rein. And give her a little kick with the left leg. Yeah. So the other thing that I want to have happen now is you're going to take a little more charge of her outline because we've been messing around for a little bit now. She's warm enough to be able to put her body where you're asking her to put. Okay? That's it. Yep. And then then go forward to the trot rising on contact. Don't open the front door. Yep. Now take a little bit more of a feeling of your outside rein, and with your left leg, put your left hind leg more under her body with contact on the left rein. Yep, 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 yep. So the trot does not have to be faster. That's a girl. Well done. Well done. Right there. So there's going to be maybe a little bit more feeling in the reins than you've had, a little bit more weight perhaps.
Yep.
Steady, and not such a fast trot. She has to start to conform to what you are saying she should do with the outline of her body. That's a girl. So remember, your inside rein is your flexing, which is toward the center of her chest, and bending, which is around toward your knee rein. So your inside rein acts on your jaw, which influences the spine, right? And you can flex the spine, you can bring it more to the center of the chest, or you can bend the spine. You can open with the right rein, you can draw the nose around the left. She needs at this point in time both for flexing inside rein. Really keep the connection. So what I don't want is I don't want to watch her just feeling around up there. I want more of a sense of connection between your leg, your seat, and the rein, and the horse underneath you. So she's having a tendency to just lower her pole and then go flexing up. And I want her to more touch the bit and swing. And again, that may make it a little bit heavy compared to where she's been, but I don't, So you'll have you testing to see if she puts weight in the bridle and you'll stop asking her to use your backside, right? And you're going to say, no, actually it's not going to change the amount that I asked you at all. Keep the feeling, the bridle. You can control the highest point by making a closing of your leg and your stomach. Yep, and she's got to look left, and I mean left. Yep, thank you. Good job. That's what I want to see right there, Stacey. You feel that?
Yep.
So the pole's the highest point, you have left flexion, good, steady. Now don't let her dig over the tempo. You feel how she just raced off?
Yep.
Steady that tempo and go, look, you need to take weight on your hind leg. Thank you. Much better. That's a girl. Good. Now you're going to change rein, use half of the arena, and change across the short diagonal. I need you to be a little bit more of a control freak about exactly where she puts her hind legs and how she steps to the bridle. So steady. Steady. Keep the feeling in the left rein. In the outside rein. Yep. Good job. Getting back down here. Good. Keep your left rein. So one of the things that I think happened, Stacey, is that besides whatever was going on in the withers, which I don't think was helping her, I also think from where she has that shaved off left hip, she's just learned to drop that whole side of her body. So when you say to her, look, get off the right and step up through the left side, she was backing up off the left rein and doing that weird thing, okay? And yes, and so what you have to say to her is, look, you're going to touch both reins on both sides of your body, and you're going to use both of your hind legs. That's a girl. Keep that feeling. Keep it. Keep that right rein. Yep. And what you are not going to do is you are not going to throw the contact away. You didn't, okay? But I'm saying you're also not going to. Good girl. All right? Because again, I think that's a little bit of an evasive maneuver that she's developed when she has to start coming through the left side of her back and over that left hip, and I think she can just get over it. Good. Keep your left hand close. Yep. Yep. And then go up the long side. Good. Steady. Yep. Now Really be aware of the tempo. Remember what I was saying in the beginning of the warm-up, that you watch the tempo to see where the horse is taking over or lagging behind. And you want her to be able to just tick-tock that tempo out, that it's not getting quicker and slower, but it stays the same. Yep, don't let her accelerate right there. Hello. It's your speed, not hers. Steady, and the corners are yours. So be aware as you go into the corner that you can half halt, you can bend, and you can half halt coming out of it. Now position her right, because she needs to have her jaw yielding on the right rein. Again, a little bit more of that longitudinal flexion on the right. Thank you. Steady in the tempo. This is too fast. She's not carrying and swinging. She's just running. Steady. Like that. Like that. And she has to work harder back there, right? So that other speed, that one notch more you do in the show ring, the one when you're building your muscles at home is this one. Right there. So you say to her, you know what, honey, you have to stay on your hind legs a little bit if we're going to get them stronger. Keep your body weight down right. Yep. Yep. Now circle 20 meters. And on the 20-meter circle line, I like that outline right there. On the 20-meter circle line, prepare your canter and keep her, Stacy, in position. Don't let her take over the balance of her body. She's got to be laterally balanced, which means her right hind leg has to be up underneath her body. And she's got to be longitudinally balanced so that she's not just running onto her shoulders. Doesn't matter. Yep, you are correct. You are correct. Good for you. She can make a stutter step, that's her problem. Good. And when you're ready, make a right lead canter. Steady. Yep. Yes. 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 Doesn't matter. Good girl, you stay where you are. You're doing great. Yep. Very well done. Ask for the canter again. Use your voice, use your words. Exactly. Well done. Stay connected. That height in her frame I would prefer. Go straight. Have that sense that you can close your lower leg, the back of your thigh in your seat to ride her uphill. Come straight. Nicely done. Without speed. Straight ahead. Without speed. I like that outline. Right there. Close your leg. Use your stomach. Use your leg to keep her uphill in front of you, not running down and away from you. Good girl. That's right. A little bit shoulder forward. Just a little. Keep the right leg. Right there, right there, right there. Now you're going to go across the diagonal in that type of frame. Stay steady, Stacy. Really hold your leg seat steady. Now keep her pulled up there into the trot. Doesn't matter. So go off to the right, come to the right. Steady. Steady. Circle 20 meters. Steady. Good girl. Now get your right leg on and move her right hip under her body. Half halt on the left side. Yep, and again, slow her down. Bring the weight back and over to her left hind leg. Well done, Stacy. You feel what you did? Good girl. And again, you know, she's a little bit of a weenie about that left side. And she goes, I've done enough. I'm finished. You say, no, actually, if you break the trot, I'm going to work you so much harder on that left hip, you'll wish you were canter. Good. Now steady. And then you make right lead canter. Yep, you stay steady. You're doing great. You're doing great, and she's going to live. We hear her, but she's gonna live. Good job. Yes, good job. Now go straight. A little bit shoulder forward. Yes, nicely done. And across the diagonal, as though you were going to canter all the way across. A little bit shoulder forward. Steady, without speed. And to the trot on the left hind. Yeah, steady, steady. She doesn't get to run off her wings. Ah, good girl, Stacy. And circle left. Now steady. So she gives you a little more left flexion. That's okay, good girl. We don't mind volunteering effort. Good. Yep, again, through your leg and your stomach, a steadier trot. Like that. Like that. Yes, there you go. Not faster, not the pole rolled over. And then straight ahead, keep a little inner rein in your leg. Her hips want to slide to the right, so use your outside leg to keep her hips left. Yep, and she can flex down on that inside rein without her body sliding to the right. Right there. So again, the idea that she can yield longitudinally on the left side of her body without sliding to the right. Yes, keep your outside leg. She's slipping to the right now. Yep, so you've got to be able to use your outside leg a little bit behind the girth and place her hips more to the left. The thing to understand is both directions, she tries to slide off the carrying power of her left hind leg, okay? So if you just remember that, both directions, it's like I've got to get her to take a nice square step onto that left hind leg. So going to the left, you have to be careful not to let her slide right. Be careful not to let her slide out. There you go. That's a girl. Feel that?
Yeah.
Steady. And then you're going to left knee canter, keeping the right hind leg up under her body. That was beautiful. Now steady. Keep the right hind leg right up under her body, because the right hind will carry the left one. Steady. Very nice. There's your balance. Keep it. Yep, hips curled under you, cup. Pubic bone up, tailbone under. Ah, good girl. Steady. Steady. So you can kind of think in a rhythm of half halt, 2, 3, wait, 2, 3, wait, 2, 3, wait, 2, 3, there. So she comes down that long side in balance. That doesn't matter, you're okay. Circle 20 meters. And again, I'm just kind of trying to figure out what her boundaries are. Ready, back to the canter. Say we heard you. Come across the diagonal. Steady, steady. Yes. And trot. Well ridden, steady. Think of straightness. You can rise the trot. And I would at this stage, pause it. Good. Straight ahead. Make a transition to walk. Stay connected. I need you to be a little more power hungry, if you will, in the trot, okay? I feel like you're too much of a passenger, and I need you to be a little more of a control freak. Yep, you're going to come through the corner and back to the trot again. Be hyper aware of her positioning underneath you. She tends to want to look to the outside. You go, no, I need you to look a little here to the right. Thank you, very good. Yep. And then she goes, well, if I look right, I've got to swing my body left. And you say, actually, you have to stretch your body left. You don't have to swing. That's a girl. Well done with your body weight. So you stay down your inside leg there, Stacey. Good. But then your outside leg catches her. That's well done. Now back to the trot with half halts on the inside rein. Get your weight a little bit more over your right leg. Up the long side. Flex around the right. Half halt into the walk, then back to the trot in that same balance. Getting tired. Good. And back to the trot. Nicely done. Careful. Okay, there she's all over the mat, right? Watch your posting diagonal. That's part of the reason that she's all over the mat. Good. Now you're going to post to the walk, and you're going to be so sensitive to keeping her lifting over the left side. And back to the trot. Right leg, lots of right leg, very little left leg. All right, careful. Yep, it's a balance game, okay? So you sit steady, don't urge with your seat. It's not your seat's problem. Good, it's her legs, right? So if you need something from her legs, you use your own legs. Get her hips to the left. Head to the right, hips to the left. Her head to the right a little, and her hips to the left a little. Yep. Yep. Steady. There, good for you. The one that makes her have to step squarely onto that left hind leg and carry weight. Now to the walk again. Very good. And she can stretch on the long range. Good. So the important things there are, I think we've taken care of the saddle issue, right? And I really do think it was hitting her withers. So then you have two things going on. You have one, the horse hits their withers, so they don't want to lift their withers. And two, she's already weak in the muscling over the left side of her body because of that knockdown hip, right? So then you have two problems happening. When you look at her from the ground, you can see how muscled the right side of her hindquarters are and how the left side are not, okay? Everything that we just did in terms of the awareness of making those transitions and of getting her to balance on that left hind leg are going to help that left side get stronger, okay? So it may be that for her whole life she always has a visual little bit of a difference, but you can help her with that left side a lot. I've seen a lot of horses with knockdown hips have fairly normal performance lives, right? So, but you have to stay very sensitive to the fact that that's an imbalance in her own body that you have to stay aware of so that you help her make it equal, okay? She certainly can use it. There's nothing that's telling her she can't, other than the fact that the muscles are not already there. So she goes, oh, there's no muscle, I can't do it, okay? So, and that's why I was saying you have to be a little bit more of a control freak at this stage, less of just being happy to go around and more of starting to pick on her and say, I want it to be just like this, right? And what I'm really happy with is once we got the padding right, that other behavior went away. So she was hating that right? And telling us quite clearly, like, it pinched before, but this really sucked. And then we got the right one, and she went, oh, well, thank you. And the behavior immediately goes away. So that tells you that that was the saddle. And that's why I take the time with it, because there's no point in making you suffer. Any questions?
Is there anything I can do with her on the lunge line to help her strengthen one side more than the other?
Cavaletti help that at all?
You know, Trish was asking me about Cavaletti too. Yes, Cavaletti can help it. And yes, lunging her over Cavaletti can help it. But I got to tell you, nothing's going to help her more than riding. Because anything that you do on the ground, she's gonna be able to compensate, and there's not a darn thing you're gonna be able to do about
Right,
it.
right. I can't
Okay.
make her go over there.
Well, exactly, exactly. So if I was spending time with this horse, I think even if all you had was 15 minutes, I'd rather that you got on her and walked for 15 minutes. You know, doing walk halts, making her halt on that left hind leg, step it under her body, walk off, you know, that kind of thing, than to see you lunge her. Honestly, and I'm a pretty big lunging person, but in this case, she will immediately just compensate and there's nothing you can do about it. So you might as well be riding.
Yay, I like that better.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's
If I
kind
only
of,
have 15 minutes, I want to be riding.
right, it's kind of the good news is, oh, I have to ride. Oh,
Oh no.
all right, good.